views, subscribers, all that goes down tremendously when we shoot in this mode, but it looks much better. So this is the mean streets of Anthong in Daong, Vietnam. So going to dinner late night, especially late night for me. I think it's like 9 o'clock now. But I got up extremely early. I got up really early. I can literally say the crack of dawn because I got up about 5:50. And then I think I made it. Yeah, I made it right at kickoff Super Bowl, which started at 6:30 here in Vietnam. If you guys just came in, just hit the double tap the screen and it should give a thumbs up. If not, you guys should have a thumbs up button somewhere. Hit that, subscribe. Yeah, man, I heard you didn't use those tickets. Daleski told me. Daleski was mad because he said, Army guy should have gave me the tickets. I would have made use of the barbecue. Which, no joke, Dale would have sat there from the first minute that they opened the barbecue buffet to the last. And probably would have asked to bring some home. There we go. You guys know where I'm going tonight because I'm not going far. I want something simple, quick, good, and easy. So, Pallet it is. Flu is kicking my butt. Man, I'm glad I'm not sick. Like, I was worried when you were at Roadhouse and Vince was like, hey, come sit over here and talk to me. And he was sitting next to you and I sat there. And then freaking Army guy, 20 minutes later after telling me 6 stories, he goes, yeah, I'm sick. And I'm like, oh, great. I'm like, that's the last thing I need. Let's sit back here. Let's see where I want to sit. I guess I'll sit at this table. I haven't sat here. Or do I want to sit outside? Do I want to sit outside? Screw it. We'll sit outside. We'll sit over here. I love sitting outside, but I guess I was gonna sit it inside. Sit down. Can I get the beef, vegetables, and egg? Come on. 50cc making up the hills. No. So it's done pretty good. I think the only time me and Fluffy were on it, and we were trying to come up a real steep garage. Like, you wouldn't really run into hills like that out on the road, but it was like our downstairs basement. It gave us a problem there, but overall, in general, no. I am going to enjoy this dinner because it's at Pallet, which I enjoy. Yeah, I forgot. I just was thinking that. I was like, if you're sick, how the hell did you do that trip? Especially flying. So you guys have a nice view today. I did not get a bonnet today. I got beef, rice, and egg. So I switched it up today. I don't think Fluffy's in here. Very simple, easy dinner tonight. I did have somewhat technically of a buffet, but I had to rush and they didn't have the stuff that I was planning on getting. Then what did we eat for lunch? Oh, we ate that beef banh mi, and then I'm eating Pallet. Needed new visa. Damn. I should start like having topics. I need to come up with a topic. I have so many topics when I'm not on live stream, and then when I'm on live stream, I can't think of topics. Topics. These vendors trying to sell you phone screen protectors. But you know, I stayed in Suntraw the past 2 nights. I had a hotel for 2 nights there, but I really didn't get that much time in there because the first night me and Fluffy went there about 8, and then last night I went there about 10. So, and then I checked out extremely early. I checked out at like 6:15 in the morning today. Make a list. I know, that's what I should do. Luckily, I did that with my new videos that I'm going to shoot. So, hopefully tomorrow I'm going to go out and go shoot a video tomorrow. Hopefully shoot a video, get that done. Hopefully turn around, get it edited real quick. And then slap it up there. Slap it up there. That is extremely early for me. I got up early yesterday because of the breakfast buffet. And then I got up early today and I still haven't had a nap. And it's like 9 o'clock. I've been going 2 days in a row now. Well, I gotta shoot a video first. I do have a whole list of videos. I'll check my list maybe when I go to bed, and I'll see what video I can shoot and record tomorrow. I need to do like Evan. I need to do like sit down videos and top 5 this, worst 5 this. Do these things before you come out. I need to do videos like that. Do you know if no clue. March is basically like the equivalent to about a year away from now in the USA. Things go in 2 or 3 days here. Not even a week, let alone weeks or months. Something that's available right now today will be gone by tomorrow or the next day. In most cases. I definitely will sleep in tomorrow, though. I know that. Unless something crazy happens, I'll definitely sleep in. Yeah, man, most good places will go within about 2 or 3 days. Sometimes quicker, but 2 or 3 days is kind of the longest you have from looking to deciding. Is about two days is usually your window. Usually 2 days is your window. Next trip to Thailand? Shoot, I don't know on that. This year, I'm hoping. This year, I'm hoping to even do the two hopeful trips. One visa run to Cambodia and one visa run to Malaysia, hopefully. He loved my neighborhood. I think you were kind of over by where I stayed the past 2 nights. I was about 2 or 3 blocks away from the roundabout. Get some extra rest. Yeah, Army guy needs some extra rest for sure. Army guy hasn't been his wild and crazy self that he is in Ho Chi Minh out here in Daong. I gotta do some laundry tomorrow too. Throw it in there, turn it on. When it's done, turn on the dryer, throw it in there. Yeah, Army guy, you're like a whole different person here. I used to go to bed when you were in Ho Chi Minh, and it'd be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. You'd be jumping and running on a bar stool, debating about sports. Then when you got here, you were like, "Oh man, I'm about to go home." And I'd look, and it'd be like 10:47. And I'm like, "You're going home at 10:47? Who is this?" Is Daong rainy season? I'm gonna say we're like 90% done with the rainy season. We might have a little rain here, a little rain there over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, but it'll be very little and kind of on and off real quick. But I think we're kind of heading out of rainy season. We're in February. I think by March everything will be practically warming up. Pretty good weather, so for me. There we go. Here's my food. Come on. Thank you. Let me get my stuff out of here. Get my 2 spoons. You guys know I eat. Come on. You guys know I eat my food with 2 spoons. Yeah, man. I don't know how you guys get sick for so damn long. Kim was like that too, which is crazy. Let me put a little. Put a little soy. See, I always see this stuff, but I'm not a big fan of this one. It's kind of like a jam or like a jelly, but it's like more spicy and a little heat and just a little bit of sweetness. Damn, there ain't no lights out here. I can tell when I shoot the video like this, there ain't that much light. Let me see if I can give you guys some better light. I could definitely give you guys some better light, but I'm not sure if I can. There you guys go. You guys can see. Let's try to get you guys a. That's the beef, onion, carrots. There's the egg, there's the rice, and there's like a couple of green vegetables in there. Nah, I don't really eat that. Remember, I don't like quail eggs. I don't like anything but chicken eggs, and I know they put that in there. Plus, for what? I think the buns are like 20,000. For 20,000, man, I can get either a banh mi on the street, or for an extra 15,000, I can go get that big, huge beef banh mi that I got today, which is excellent. General Army guy. General Army guy. That's a funny one. Yeah, this is just a very basic, simple meal too. This is just a simple egg. This beef is pretty good though. This beef and the sauce is pretty good. Um, and it's just rice, and this is $2, but it's pretty damn good. What's up, Kevin? What's up, buddy? Let me get this rice mixed in there. So you gotta incorporate this sauce. See, there isn't too much light. Let me try to get this in here. Dale, you know who I'm surprised never really eats at Pallet is Dale. And Pallet is like, in my opinion, in Dale's alley. Food is very good there. Yeah, food is good here. I haven't really ever had bad food. I would say I had a bad hamburger like 2+ years ago here that I literally threw away. I've only had maybe like 2 bad meals where I was just like, ugh, this is not good at all. But it's very rare. Very, very rare. Let me try to take a bite. Let's do this. There we go. That's the other thing I like about this place. It always tastes the same. Very nice. What's today? Man, I can't remember. I think I talked to you, and I can't remember which day I said that I think you would get your visa. For some reason, I think I said Friday would be the earliest, and I think I said Monday would be the latest. It's always, for me, it's almost always 4 business days. Earl Ski, what's up, buddy? See, this is the only one I don't really care for. But everything else in here I can eat, no problem. Carrots, onions. Try to turn this. Or let me try to put that over there a little more. That's pretty good. I haven't had this in a little while. Maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks maybe a little over 2 weeks, but it's always good. When did 2 spoons become chopsticks? When I went to the Philippines. But actually I love doing this now. It's kind of normal. It's kind of normal for me because especially with rice, because you can kind of like squish it down and then it's kind of good. Damn, you just woke up. For us, it's almost 10 o'clock at night. Bangkok, yeah, but I think she's leaving Bangkok tomorrow. So she's going back to the Philippines, so no more Bangkok. Just a short, quick trip in Bangkok. Watch over there. Let's take a look. See if I can boost. Oh yeah, there we go. I can boost you guys up a little bit more. Let's see. Well, since that's the only people we can see, we'll zoom in on the massage and the convenience store that are located right across from us. 10 o'clock in the morning. Secret millionaire. Yeah, man, she better start coughing up that dough. Am I riding a scooter? No, I'm not riding a scooter. I just rented it those 2 different days. I did it this time because Vince wanted to ride a scooter. So me, Vince, and Dale rode a scooter. That's why we did it. I don't know, what was that? Maybe 3 days ago? No scooter for me though, because in my area it doesn't really make sense for me to have a scooter with everything that I do and go to. 7:12. Geez, so that must mean it must be 9:12 here. 10:12. 10:12. Damn. I thought it was only 9. It's already 10. Yeah, Fluffy. Fluffy is in Bangkok right now, but tomorrow she's going to the Philippines. And I think she's going to be in the Philippines for a little over a week. Maybe 2. That lady. Let me see if we can zoom in. Let's see how good my... Maybe she's in the live chat. Maybe that's what she's looking at on her phone. She's in the live chat. She's like, oh, look, I'm on the live chat. Jet setting. She was on ViaJet for an hour and 20 minutes. Late night pop-up business. That's pretty much how a lot of these massage and restaurants even look like that sometimes. Free window shop. Ha. So when you rent a scooter, they will change out the batteries? Yep. Yep. Anytime you need it. That's what's good about those electric ones. So what they do is when you rent them, they tell you if you get down to 25%, bring it back. And when you come back, they'll either give you a new scooter fully charged or they'll change your battery out. So, and it's very easy. What I usually do is I ride the scooter for the first day, and before dinner, I will go switch out the battery so that when I wake up the next day, I have a fully 100% fully charged battery. That's what I like to do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Let's see real quick. Man, we're getting close, but we're hoping. Look, we're going to have a 15,000 subscriber meetup, so we need 117 more, plus 1,000, so we need 1,117 more subscribers. So, I think last month, I'm pretty sure last month, I had that. So let's see. January? January, what did we have? 1,060. So almost. So if we can project the same, we're looking at a 15,000 subscriber meetup around March-ish. And that's the same month of my visa run too. Yeah, I think a lot of people are allergic to the thumbs up button. Aquarian conspiracy. Is this a Mel's Diner repeat? Mel's Diner? There's no Mel's Diner here. That is a good question, Peter. I don't know. So I think they can technically charge it. If they can bring it in their apartment, that would be one option. But I think maybe a lot of these apartments have downstairs parking with outlets. But who knows? That's a reason why if I was going to rent for long term, I would rent a 50cc gas scooter, not an electric. It would be too hard and too much problems doing an electric scooter long term. It might turn out to be April. It might. Because I would either look at this big ass bus trying to come down here. Jeez. Because it's probably going to be at least another month before we hit that, unless you get a lot of subscribers a lot quicker. And then I have a visa run at the end of the month, so if it's going to come close to my visa, maybe I'll put it off a little bit longer than when I get back from my visa run. Mel's Diner, the TV show Alice. In the Bay Area, there's a Mel's Diner. I've had it like once or twice, and actually it's not too bad. It's actually not too bad. There we go. Let's go pay for this, guys. I think it's going to be 60. Let's go pay. SoCal, yep. Dale was complaining so much about how boring the Super Bowl was with the lack of scoring. Central. Good night. How much? 50? Okay, come on. Thank you. So, here we go. We'll make our way back this long walk from here to my apartment. He was just there to see Bad Bunny. Who was just there? Dale? No, Dale refused. So I wish I should have live streamed, but Dale refused. So when the halftime show came on, he refused to watch it, and he was talking about something about Kid Rock halftime show, and I was like, Dale, look up at the. I would say something like, hey, look up what they're showing on camera, and he refused to look at the halftime show. He was making a stand. M Kitchen, yeah, they're closed. I think they close at 9 or 10, and it's past both. How do you fund it? You have two options. One option I refuse to do, which is like Wise or like a wire transfer. And the reason why I refuse to do it, because I hate paying fees. I don't care if it's just a small fee. I just hate the principle of paying fees. So the other option, no fee, is to go into a BV bank, and you can make a cash deposit that goes in instantly, and then they deposit it onto your account. But the only problem with that is there's only one BV bank, and it's across the river, so you would have to go across the river to deposit money. But very soon I'm gonna make a video, and I think I have found a better alternative way for you guys to use a QR code. So look for that video soon. I want to research a little bit more, but I think this is going to be a better option than Timo. So if you guys are thinking about Timo once you're here, hold off for a little bit, because I'm going to make a video on something that I think is probably going to be better overall. But hold on, I can't see your guys' messages right now. Let me go back over here. The weather feels good tonight, though. Yeah, let's not get hit. And you guys can see this is where most of the people park their scooters if they live here. So no one ever really has a problem when they leave these overnight. So not too much of a problem. Let's go catch up on your guys' messages. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Let's go back up. M Kitchen. 10K and no sign. You've got 800 plus. Clearly women get way more engagement. Might be time to retire the camera and hand it to Fluffy. No, I know for sure women get subscribers a lot easier. That's why I'm always so shocked why there's not many more women solo travelers. I'm always shocked about that. And then I'm even more shocked when I do see the rare few women solo travelers and they have really low subscriber count. That's what always shocks me. Yeah, there is, unless there's something I'm missing, I think this option that I'm going to do a video on very, very, very soon, I think this other option is going to be better. I think for you guys it's going to be better. And there's 4 different ways, at least 4 different ways that I know of, to fund this other alternative account so that you guys can use the QR. I can't watch that girl Sarah. To be honest, man, I'd never seen any of her videos, but I will say, glancing at her channel, I do like her thumbnails. Her thumbnails look good. I notice thumbnails so much now, more than ever, when I started to try to make my own thumbnails and do good ones. But she always has good thumbnails, and she did a couple of decent videos that did some pretty high views. So she had some nice solid views on a couple of the videos. I think I clicked on her page when it popped up on my suggested list, and I was like, wow, I think it was like a doctor's visit or something to do with the hospital, and I swear it was like over 100,000 views, which is pretty damn good. Tet next week, hopefully shoot some videos. Not gonna travel, I'm gonna be alone. Our tea place is going to be closed, so we got to find an alternative hangout spot compared to the tea place. So maybe we'll find a new hangout spot for those 8 or 9 days, and maybe we'll have a new cool location to tell you guys about. So this is not the one that I recommend. So this one is Mona Lisa, but it's called Mona Lisa Luxury. That's what this one is. This is not the one that I recommend. I don't know anything about this one, so I can't say good or bad about them. All I do know is their rooms are smaller, it's a hotel, and it costs more. The Mona Lisa that I'm talking about is basically where this white tree is. about 2 buildings back this way. Yes, they're basically on the same street, but that one's called Mona Lisa Hotel and Apartment. And those are basically studios and 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. This is a hotel. That's the other one that I talk about. Have vertigo? Are you... Damn, I can't read it. What's it say? Are you moving? Me? I'm not moving. I am not moving. I don't think anyone that I know right now is in any upcoming moving situation. I think all the people that moved or were thinking about moving, I think they all re-signed contracts and are at least not moving for a while. English accent. Yeah, I've never seen this Mona Lisa though, but I've seen it on Agoda like once or twice. I've clicked on it, and it's a hotel, and it's like wood grain hotel. I don't know, out of everybody that I've ran into and kind of dealt with in Daong, never have I heard anyone ever stay here. Never heard any stories, good or bad, about that one. Never. But I do know that this one and the other Mona Lisa used to be owned by the same people. During COVID, this one shut down. So when we first got back to Vietnam in 2023, this one wasn't open. And we used to sit up in our patio and we would see the empty pool up there. But they reopened this back up. Better than any attractive woman who wears skimpy clothes. I appreciate it. At least Mopor appreciates it. Maybe that's my compliment for drinking a lot of water today. To be fair, it wasn't water, but it was almost like water. It's like that thin house tea that they give you in Vietnam, like where it's basically see-through and it's just barely got a little tan color in it. I got a couple of new things that are going to pop up, so I'm kind of excited about that for the channel. Got a couple of things that are basically could fall at any time. Video wise, how will I describe the other one? Information guide wise, and a couple of other stuff. So hopefully soon some other stuff will start popping up. Well hydrated. Yeah, man, remember I got sunburned, but it's fine now. I'm good. I got sunburned from riding on the scooter that day. So next time, if there's a next time of riding the scooter, I will put my COVID full face mask on, and I will try to get some long sleeves. Super Bowl is over. I think that was one of the most boringest Super Bowls that most people talked about. Did you guys think that was a boring Super Bowl? SPF 90. Jeez Louise, SP 90. You know what else I miss about being in the USA about the Super Bowl? Besides the time start, man, you don't realize it until you move out to another country. But man, I used to go to so many good Super Bowl parties just that had awesome food. I do miss that, man. I remember just loading up on some barbecue and all kinds of good food on Super Bowl. I definitely missed that. I was telling the owner of American Pizza. I was telling the owner of American Pizza, I was like, Mike, man, you should have opened up Super Bowl Sunday and had either like buffet full pizzas or buffet slices or something, like some kind of promotion. Maybe a buy one, get one free or something. Open up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And, man, I think he would have made some good money. I didn't really see any of the commercials. Like when the commercials came on, we kind of chatted, and there was like a group of like 4 of us. Plus, like the volume wasn't up too loud, so I didn't really see much of the Super Bowl halftime. I didn't see the commercials. Super Bowl Bonet. No, I would say pizza from American Pizza on Super Bowl Sunday is, I mean, perfect. Like, that is like a match made perfectly for each other. American Pizza and the Super Bowl. Let me scroll back up. Soccer World Cup this June, July will be wild in Anthong areas this summer. So the most wildest that I've ever seen it here was what Army guy would know, 4 or 5, 6 months ago. Maybe it could have been longer, but it feels like 4 or 5 months ago when Vietnam won the Asian Cup or whatever it was. It was pretty damn wild that day. Even I was pretty excited. We hung around down by Food Street, watched the last like quarter, and people were going nuts, man. Rich or retired Americans who avoid Vietnam because of border runs. You could mention long-term visa, put 20K into a small cafe, no border runs. I don't. So I think you're right about the age group of my audience, but a lot of them that I've ran into on the street or that came in here, they're not really well off as some other channels. More of my people are kind of like nice, solid budget travel, not budget travel, but budget travelers. Not like as budget conscious as me, but they have a fixed social security and stuff like that. But yeah, you could invest in a business. There's 2 things. So the easiest ways would be for a business visa or for a TRC, like if you get a teaching job, then you don't have to do the visa runs. I'm on stolen land. Yeah, you know what? But I swear, like you guys know, I like a lot of stuff about Vietnam, and every once in a while I'll tell you guys, oh, I miss this about the USA. Super Bowls do not feel the same in Vietnam or outside of the USA for sure. Was a lot of people there at the pizza place? Not today because it wasn't open during Super Bowl. We last went on my birthday, but I was telling him that I think he should open up next Super Bowl and do some kind of promotion like Dirty Fingers. Dirty Fingers today did pay 550,000 VND, which is about $20, a tad over $20, and you got unlimited barbecue buffet, and you got 4 beers. So that's how they did it. Army guy actually was supposed to go to that, so I was gonna ask him how good the buffet was, or like what it included, but he didn't go to it. Hybrid had reserve a chair or seat for 300,000, which is probably about $14 or so. But once you got there, you could use that $14 in credit for drinks and food. So it was more of a credit. You pay ahead of time, you get a seat, and then you get that credit to use once you show up. A banana stand. Unlimited. So there's no set amount that you can and can't do. So until the laws change or something drastic happens, you can do as many as you want. But realistically, you just need to do one every 90 days, which if you do it every 89 or 90 days, basically that's 365 days a year or 4 visa runs per year. And there ain't nothing over there. Let's try to 4 times a year if you do it correctly. Because I remember I was doing a visa run with somebody and they would miss or mess up by like 2 weeks. They would do a week and a half early, 2 weeks early, and then it finally caught up to them and they had to do 5 visa runs in a year. They just usually get a stream. I have the same stream that I watch when I don't go out, and then they just show it on the TV. But there's a lot of free streams that you can get. Like if I don't go out and go watch UFC or football somewhere else, I'll just get on my phone and I'll freaking just get on that stream. Notice more Indian tourists in Daong. From the very start that I got here, probably yeah, but not on the scale that other people that I hear saying it. Like I definitely notice more than last year and more than the first year, but not in a crazy ratio. But definitely more than before, yes. But nothing that really is like crazy numbers, basically. But the one that's kind of a little surprising is when I first got here, there were so many Korean tourists. And now, every year, Korean tourists go down, go down, go down, go down. And now I don't see many Korean tourists over here where I used to see them more than anybody. Patty the Bat. That's old, man. That's like a week old. You're missing. I think they've already had 1 or 2 UFCs since then. Because me and Dale actually went to UFC at Hybrid for that fight. And I swear, I feel like that was 2 weeks ago, but maybe it was last week. I never really see Chinese tourists here. I do see Korean tourists, but nowhere on the level that they used to be in 23 and 24. That's when there just used to be tons. Remember you guys, I used to sit out here and do a live stream, and there would be a bus that would stop here and drop off like a big group of Koreans, and then they'd walk over here to this little Korean food spot and karaoke place. And then like 30 minutes later, another Korean bus. But I almost never see that anymore. I never see that. Oh, you know what? I wish Vince was in the live stream. He's probably already sleeping. What time is it? 10:40. We went to Outback today. That's where we watched the game. And we were watching the game. And it was funny because Vince was like, but he was talking to some American guys. They were Vietnamese, but like I guess they all left. I think most of them left here and went to like America, and now they're just visiting again. But they were football fans too. And I see him throwing up a 500,000, which is like $20. And I was like, what the hell is he doing? And then Dale's like, he's betting him. So like they bet, and I was like, huh? What the hell? Like, why the hell is Vince just like throwing money around, like making a damn bet? And I was like, what's the bet? And he goes, oh, I bet him that the very next play is going to be a sack. And I looked at Dale and I was like, why the hell would he make that bet? Like, that's probably like a 5 or 10% odd that you get one down and you have to hope it's a sack. And then right when he said that, Dale was looking at him, or someone else was next to us, and they go, it's on delay. He already knows what the play is. So I look up at the TV. The guy threw down his bet, and he's like, "Yeah, let's go, let's go." They snapped the ball, and the fucking Patriots quarterback rolls out and gets sacked. And the guy's like blown away, sitting at the table looking at Vince, and everyone's clapping and cheering. And he's like, "What the hell? How the hell did this guy know this?" And Vince got up, grabbed the money, and took it back over to the guy. And he was like, "Oh man, I was just joking, man. I knew it was on delay, so I bet you." It was pretty damn funny if you guys were there. If you guys weren't there, it might not be as funny. China guy short at Starbucks. Dark brother, actually a dark brother. That is the question of the night. That's the poll question of the night. General Army guy. That's what he calls Army guy now. General Army guy. Can't do that in the USA. Yeah, I was like, damn, man, you can go around these places and make bets. Be like, "Oh yeah, I bet you this guy's gonna win in boxing." And they'll be like, "Oh hell no, he's getting beat." Make that quick bet, and a few seconds later, boom. The guy will be like, "What the hell?" Never trust Vince on a wager. AI Phil. Yeah. Philip's going crazy with those AIs. I think he does one a day now. I don't think, at least I'm not getting alerted. Let me see. Maybe, let's try this theory out. I know I'm subscribed to Philip's channel, but let's see if they switch you off from, like, remember how it's personalized or all? Let's see if they still have me on all. So let's go take a look. How do you check it again? Oh, subscribed. Oh, they do have me at all. See? So they have me at all, but I never get his live updates. 12 hours, 16 hours. That's weird. You guys want to see some of Philip's AI shorts? Oh, here we go. Philip playing soccer. What about Philip playing soccer? Let me answer this question real quick. If you're gonna wash your vegetables, I would probably recommend, even in the USA, I would do it this way. Throw a little water in a bowl, put some baking soda, and some vinegar, and let it soak, and it'll take everything off, from the wax to whatever pesticides. Let it soak in there. That's how I would do it here too. Look at Philip. Look at Philip.
What happened next?
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
He's always got the best stories. You won't believe what happened next.
Oh my god, that's
Almost there.
Look at Philip's climbing a damn coconut tree.
Success. Almost there.
Jeez, Lee. That's real Philip. Look.
Fresh, authentic tamales. 27.
Look at Philip selling tamales.
They smell delicious. I'll take one, please.
Thank you so much. Enjoy. Fresh, authentic tamales. 27.
This is hilarious. Damn, he's doing Tai Chi now. I'm asked Philip, when did he start doing Tai Chi? He uses the YouTube app. I figured out how he's been using it. At first I couldn't figure it out, and then lo and behold, it's pretty simple. Okra river eels. What the hell? Look, Philip does karaoke now. And he knows how to speak another language.
satay. That's the good stuff.
You know that's AI because Philip can't handle that.
I like it like that.
Hell no, Philip can't handle
Some
that.
satay. That's the good stuff. Now for the black vinegar.
Questionable services. What app does he use for that? The YouTube app. The YouTube app allows you to do it pretty simple, actually. I think I had one saved too, but it's on my other phone. The Samsung that I was showing you guys, that's the Samsung S10. S10 Plus, that's my backup phone. And then my main phone is my Samsung S21. I didn't even know that was Philip right there. Because Philip must have changed his avatar. I did not even know that was Philip. I did not know that was Philip till when I just read up. I don't know why the hell he has a barcode though. AI Phil gives the cleaning lady massages. Karaoke places? I don't know, man. I've literally never been in a karaoke place, so I couldn't answer that. But I'll tell you my funny story about the karaoke place. So gather around for this one. So there's a karaoke place over back here by the Mix U. It's literally across the street from the Mix U that we go to. You guys probably seen me do a live stream from the Mix U. But anyways, we were sitting outside. It must have been summertime. It was pretty hot. Me and Fluffy were having like some ice cream, probably a boba brown sugar, the sundae that I always get. And we were sitting there, and like the massage place has a downstairs, and then it has a stairway and like a front desk and kind of like a hotel like sitting lobby. And we seen a guy start walking down the stairs, a Korean guy. All he had on was boxers, no shirt, no nothing. And he's walking down the stairs of the karaoke place. And then he comes down to the sidewalk and he starts smoking a cigarette, and he's just looking around like left and right like he was on his damn porch at 6 o'clock in the morning watching the freaking newspaper delivery guy go by. And I was just like, why the hell is this guy outside from the massage place with his boxers and no shirt, no shoes, no socks? And I was like, what the hell? But then that's basically when someone told us the karaoke places are used for like Korean guys to rent the booths, and then like, yes, they shut the door and are in a private room and can do karaoke, but apparently maybe other stuff goes on in there. Headphone jack. Yes, this one has the headphone jack. I think this was the last phone for Samsung that had the headphone jack. I actually like this because I can actually use the headphone jack. The one across me is Regal. Some hot Russian chick. Yeah, that was the place right across from Mix U. No, but then the Korean guy, after he smoked a cigarette, he was just staring at us. He was just like this. Look, he was like this. He was just like, and he's just out with no shirt, just boxers, and he's standing on the street. And imagine, this is the view he's looking at. We're sitting over here at Mix U, like maybe where that white car is, and he's just like staring at us, and like, this is him. This is his perspective. He's smoking a cigarette and going, and just looking back and forth, like looking at us, unfazed. And then after that, he walked back upstairs and went back inside. And we were like, what the hell? But to be fair, supposedly we heard that's not that crazy. And now that I think about it, I think we were actually even on live stream when that happened. I'm pretty sure we were on live stream. S10 was last. Yep, I think that is correct. Because I think they went from like the 10 to like the 20, didn't they? But because I don't think it went from like 10 to the 11 to the 12. It went from like 10 to 20. Or maybe the 19 or something. I think the karaoke places are where other stuff goes on. That's supposedly what we've heard from different people around town. Catch something. Jeez Louise. The place here is across from that hotel you stay in. Went to the 20. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. You know what? I always wonder that because I had the S10. And then I think when I was in the market to buy another phone, I was like, let me look up. Did they have an S11? And it was like, no. I was like, okay, maybe it was the 12 or something. And then I went to like 13 and I was like, okay, well, what's the next one? And I think it was 19 or 20 or something like that. How come Samsung went from the S10 all the way up through S20 and skipped all the numbers in between? How come Samsung went from S10 Plus and skipped through all the numbers up above up till S20? Let's see what they say. Whip? I didn't say whip. Was deliberate marketing and branding strategy, not a technical skip. S20 launched in 2020. There we go. So the name S20 matched the year. This made it easier. Competitive positioning against iPhone. At the time, the iPhone was at the 11. Samsung was at S10. Brand differentiation. Oh, okay. So there was no missing S11 through the 19 series. The devices themselves continued. Okay. I guess so. Can you do a live stream at the I don't know if I could. I don't know, like, against the rules wise. I think Fluffy actually wanted to do a karaoke thing, so maybe we would do it. I just don't know where. Antibiotics. Jeez Louise. Maybe we'll rent a karaoke booth and I'll do some Michael Jackson. You would have to blur the women's faces out. Me? I wouldn't have no women. We would just have who are degenerates that we hang out with. And then we would just do some karaoke. The Daong degenerates. Daong degenerates. When we played trivia, that's what we called our team, the Daong degenerates. Yeah, I made some good thumbnails recently for my live streams. Have you guys? Oh, you know what? Speaking of, I'll show you guys. These were made by ChatGPT. I think most of them. But I think one of them was not ChatGPT. My live streams. Oh, but here we go. Look. These are ChatGPT. I made that one for tonight. That one I did for yesterday. That one I made. That one. I can't believe you guys didn't love. Look at this one. You guys don't love that thumbnail right there? Look at that. That's supposed to be Vince. That one looks pretty damn close to Dale, though. Look, there's my birthday one. That's me. And then that was me, supposed to be 25 years later, I think. What are we going to do? Have women? So we got Fluffy, we got Vince's girlfriend. What are we gonna do? Have just women bouncing around? How long do you guys stay in Daong before moving on? I've been here for over 2 years, so I don't have any plans of leaving. But I've been here for over 2 years now. Free women. Daong forever. When you're done, I'm gonna go to a trivia question about baseball, multiple guests, and you'll see why my PayPal is my avatar. Philip will never come to Daong. He's scared that he'll like it, and he can't fit in the Daong crowd. That's why. No drama, then pay for a hooker and risk catching something. That is true, sir. That is true. Let's see what we got going on over here. Next year, yeah, remember, Philip's going home soon. I think he's going home, like, what, next month? And then remember, he stays from, like, March or something. Isn't it March? To, like, August. So, I bet he won't be back till... When does he usually come back? I can't remember if he's here during Christmas. I think he is here during Christmas. Next year, when you're 170. If you can... Damn, 400K. Love your videos. Greg here, moving to Danong's 3 weeks. Hey, man, I appreciate it. We are here in Daong. 1 block off the beach. I appreciate it. Love your videos. Man, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh, he leaves in April. But, beginning of April. Yeah, I just can't believe it. Philip must be a glutton for punishment because he loves to leave here and go back to the USA and deal with the American crap that's going on right now. That's just crazy. If I was him, you would not catch me back in freaking USA. And then when will you come back, Philip? I think you come back like... I feel like you come back like around... I think you say you stay 6 months, so... April... So May, June, July, August, September, October? He comes in September or October, maybe. He can't get away from the Gary, Indiana dive bars. That is what it is. That's probably what it is. He loves his Spam sandwiches and his grilled cheese. Oh yeah, man, tough place. Not only money-wise, but politics, life, living in the rat race, all that. So I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate it, Nicholas. XRP at $1.16. Don't even get Mitzi started about crypto. He was already talking about it at Super Bowl this morning. Now maybe he has a crypto buddy. AJ, our buddy AJ from New Zealand. They were going back and forth. The Australian and the New Zealand. Vince is from Canada. Vince is... Hey, Vince, if he's looking out of his window, he might be able to see us. Vince is right over there. But they're probably snoring in bed. Vince goes to bed early. Do you couch surf or pitch a tent? Vincent and Kayla. Phil, you're crazy. It's already up to $1.49. Man, you know what blew me away? Me and Delsky were talking about stocks yesterday. Man, there's a stock that just blew me away. Was it AMD? There's a stock that I was like, no way, it is not that high. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, no, it was just like 12 bucks not long ago. Oh, MU. I used to trade MU, Micron. I used to trade them at like $38 a share, $40 a share, $35. And I looked at them the other day, no joke, when I was with Dale, both of those old guys. And I looked at it, and I swear I was like, what? It was like $300. $385, dude. I couldn't believe it. Like, watch. When we look back 5 years ago, I was trading this around, I don't know, 2020-ish. Look. 2020. $45. And then look, you'll see, when was that? That must have been about, shoot, man. It's been climbing like ever since 2025. That's crazy, man. I used to trade those stocks. I'll tell you all the stocks that I used to trade at dirt cheap. I used to trade GameStop when it was at about $8. I would trade Facebook around what, 130, 140-ish. Square, which is no longer around, but it was owned by Jack Dorsey, the same person of Instagram before they sold it. I used to trade that at like $30, 20 something bucks. Who else? Snapchat. I bought Snapchat when they were about $8, $9, and they climbed all the way up to about $75, and I still held on to them. They were in my long-term portfolio. But I look back now, because I haven't traded stocks, I don't know, at least a good solid 3 years. And I just can't believe how much these stocks went up from the last time that I used to trade them. I just couldn't believe it. But I'm not patient to do long-term stocks. If I got back into trading, it would be to mostly sell options and buy a few options. Micron has ditched consumer RAM and SSD and went all into supply. Yeah, that's what it was basically saying, that MU basically AI shot it up big time. Stocks are better than crypto. In my opinion, I'd say yes, but I don't know enough about crypto. I've never dealt with it. I don't know anything about it. But I would probably, the real question would be, what's better between stocks and real estate? That's a good question. I used to day trade stock options from basically about 2017 to probably stopped around 2022-ish. But I used to mostly sell options. So I would buy like 100 shares of something, and then I would sell like usually in the money or near the money, near the strike, call options. Every once in a while, at the end, I would start buying or buying calls or buying puts, like on earnings time or something crazy. Yeah, NVIDIA. Man, NVIDIA I used to trade a long time ago, too, when it was cheap. 5,000 today. Yeah, man, if I would have just bought some 2-year out call options on Micron or something, geez Louise, would have made a killing. What's up, Blue? Hey, what's up? I believe that's Hendrix right there. Good to diversify with real estate. Yeah, man. Man, if I had the mindset, knew what I knew now, back when I was 20s, man, all I would have done is just worked as quick to save as much money as I could, buy some kind of rental property that I could get some income from, bank a whole bunch of money, and then just go from that point, man. Make a little money here, make a little money there, especially when you're just getting out of college or like early 20s. And then just keep reinvesting and investing in real estate or in the stock market, man. I wish I would have known that. I didn't learn that until I was 37 years old. Safe deposit box. Bullion under his tent. E-begging. Sandis is leaving? I did not know that. I don't want to use my money. Dealing with renters is a pain, yeah. I guess you can always hire like a, what do they call them? Like a, not a management company, but basically like a, why can't I think of the name now? Yeah, I guess a property manager. You can always hire that, I guess. But you do have to pay for that and still have to deal with some of the headaches. They went 4 times. Hire goons to get your money. You either get your cash or you break some bones. The mafia style. The mafia style. Start taking hammers to people's fingers until they pay. Yeah, Philip's whole life savings is in the safety box at his hostel. Wow. A plant in walking distance. The one thing that I do like about property, though, is that you could rent it out and make money, which is basically kind of like selling a stock options premium. Or you could, if you really needed to, you could live in it. So those are the two nice things about property, is that you could rent it out, bring in money, and reduce your basic cost of what you purchased the house for. Like, for example, let's just round up, I pay $475 here. Let's just call it $500 for easy numbers. I've been renting here for 2 years. So $500 a year would be $5,000, so it'd be $6,000 a year. I basically paid off $12,000 of her condo of whatever she paid for. So it's a good way to recoup back some of your costs, so that once you do break even, then everything after that is just gravy. Or if you needed a place to live, you could stay there. But rental properties and properties in general usually take longer to make large amounts of profit compared to stocks in most cases. Chase Bank coffee can. Yeah, you know what? Philip does seem like life-saving coffee can, but buried out in the backyard. And he wrote down the map in 1987 with an X, and it says X marks the spot. It's 11. I'm gonna start to go to my trivia question poll stream. What the hell is that? Trivia poll stream. Most money spent walking street girls. Philip has trivia night? What the hell is that about? What the hell is trivia night about? We'll stick around for a couple more minutes. Like maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 more minutes. 39, so I lived in all that time rent-free and even pocketed some. Yeah, that's always nice when you can do that. I think I've done that with 2 cars. 2 cars that I bought for cheaper than what I ended up selling it for, and the kicker was I drove that car for about 5 years and still sold it for more than what I bought it for. That's always nice to do something like that. Let's raids Phil's live stream. Apartment Vietnam rent is cheap. In general, yeah, it's pretty cheap. But what's always crazy to me is, like, I have a channel that I watch. There's this guy that's been out there. I would think one of you guys would know this channel, but maybe you guys don't. It's like an expat American guy. He went over to the Philippines. He wears that beanie. He wears some black glasses. He's got like a beard. And he buys like really, really cheap property. Like literally cheap. But like he signs like 2 and 3 year deals to rent like these either abandoned properties or like beat up properties. And then he fixes them. But basically, in the end, once he fixes them up and gets them all back to good shape, he basically is paying like $50 a month for rent, or like $70 when you factor in all the cost. I forgot what his name is. Any of you guys watch that channel? Let's Read Philip's live stream apartment is Vietnam. And that's when you go like, damn, that rent's cheap. I ran into him. His name is John. I ran into him at Scallywags, I don't know, I think during the World Series. I haven't, oh no, you know what? And then I seen him also at Paradise. So actually I talked to him. He's actually a very nice guy. And he actually watches the channel. At least he said he's seen some of my videos. And we chatted with him. Actually, I think we chatted with him on Livestream when we were at Scallywags. This was probably almost 2 months ago. Do you still watch? Do I know a good agent? No, I don't know any agents because I dealt directly with my landlord. And basically, I've never, ever, ever went through an agent myself. The channel name, man, you guys are going to make me try to go search. It's called like Expat something. Let me see, maybe it's this one. But I don't feel like that's the name, but let's try this. No, 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 no. I think it's like Expat. And it's like rent $60 or something. Damn, let me try to find it. Philippines. It's gonna drive me crazy. I watch this guy some. Fluffy likes this channel. Do you guys ever watch this one? That's not the channel, but Fluffy watches that one. Damn, I gotta. Now you're making me search through all my channels. Home. There we go. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me see. Expensive Expat. Yeah, you know what? That's exactly who I think it is. Expensive. Yep, I think this is it. Yep, that's him. Man, I'm surprised. I'm shocked he only has 25,000. I thought he would have way more by now. He does like these rehab type of places. And like he gets these places and like they cost him like $50 a month. $63 monthly rental. And I've watched his channel. I used to watch his channel a lot more in the past, but I haven't seen his videos in a while, but he's an interesting channel. I like that guy. I tried double tapping, it didn't work. A soap opera. He is, yeah, he's in the Philippines. And he always seems to come up with property, and he does pretty good, like before and afters. Like he'll be like, yeah, we're redoing, and he only does it on whatever he makes, like a month on Social Security. And he's like, sometimes, damn, he's like, sometimes, it'll take me 6 months to do it because instead of overspending on my budget, I'll just wait till the next month till I get my next check. And then if I run out of money for that month, I just will stop the projects until the next month. Yeah, I like that guy's channel. I haven't seen it in a while. Actually, man, I haven't really been watching anybody's channel lately. Me and Fluffy used to watch YouTube all the time. And then kind of doing the live streams in my life and everything like that. You start watching it a lot less. Does he show the Baby-Roonies? No, he doesn't really show the Baby-Roonies. That's the other guy, regular guy. Fluffy used to watch his channel too. The Baby-Roonies. That's what he's always saying. I think that guy from Canada. How popular is Mixu and Daong? I think it's pretty popular, especially summertime. Sometimes we'll go out there and there'll be no seats left. And shockingly, they just got rid of or closed down 2 Mixus in this rough area. I don't know why, but man, they used to be always full. But then they closed down the one that was up by the main street, Moon Milk. And they closed the one on the parallel street to Food Street. Babe-a-roonies. Coconut ice cream tonight. I don't even know if it's open. I wonder if the coconut ice cream place is open. I guess we'll wrap it up. Are you and Fluffy going to be in Daong around the end of June? I'm assuming. I don't have any plans of leaving, but I can't predict the future. But we don't really have any plans. Any travel would probably be either a visa run or a quick in Vietnam. I'm going to bed now. Going to bed. Come on. Security guard told me it's time to go to bed. But no plans of leaving Da Nang, at least as of now. Let's take a look. Let's catch up. Herd McShoe cone is $1.30 in New York Times Square. McShoe cone. Here it is $10K for the cone and just the vanilla ice cream, which is about, I don't know, 35 cents. Matcha residence. No, I'm not a fan of matcha. The two matcha things that I've had, I've not been a fan of. Not been a fan. Even when they gave me that free matcha cookie, I was like, eh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know what that says. You guys know what that says? I doubt it. Bonet, I would either say Pallet, where I went tonight, or the other, and I need to figure out what the other place's name is because what it says on the sign and what it says on Google Maps are two things. But the alternative is the Food Street Bonet that I've done many live streams on. Those are my two places, but you could never go wrong on Bonet from Pallet. So if you guys first get here, the easiest, simplest one to go to is going to be Pallet. Top five. I don't know the top five though, because remember, I think I've only been. I'm trying to think. Have I ever? I don't think I've ever had Bonet besides at Pallet. Let me turn on the Wi-Fi. Besides Pallet and the other Bonet place, I don't think I've had Bonet anywhere else in the city of Da Nang. Come on, come on. There's the Wi-Fi. No bumming in the elevator. Oh, see, we got to do the laundry tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Bakeries? I don't have 5 bakeries either. So I guess that's where we'll end it. Let's try to end it like this. I appreciate it. We did this mode today, so you guys can see a little bit more. Hopefully you guys enjoy and like this stream better than the other mode, but I'm not going to do this too much, but I enjoyed you guys sticking around for this long. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. Once again, happy travels. And like Fluffy always tells me to say, you don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here.